Good morning. I'm Chef Phillip, and today we're going to make a recipe. It's strawberry cheesecake. I'm sure we've all had cheesecake before, and maybe even strawberry. You might have had strawberry before, but this is to die for. This is really a great recipe. So I did a couple things in advance just to save time and not to bore you. So the first thing I did was I made a strawberry jam, and I can tell you the way I did that real quickly. I did the jam on the stove, and in a pot I added the strawberries, which are 3 cups, and took the stems off and cut them in half, and measured 3 cups. So I added 3 cups to the pot, and then added honey, which is 1/4 cup, and then lemon juice, 2 tablespoons. Now this went on the stove at high heat, brought it to a boil, and I cooked it for 5 to 8 minutes, and this made the strawberry jam that we're going to use in this recipe. Okay, the other thing that I did was I took a puff pastry, and I put it in this 8 by 8 baking dish lined with parchment paper. So this is the shell that we're going to use for the ingredients. And so I did these two things in advance just to save some time. Now what I want to do is I want to make, I've made the jam, and we need to make a batter, because we're going to add some of the jam to the batter and put it in the baking dish a little bit later. So the batter, I start with 2 8-ounce packages of Philadelphia cream cheese. That's a total of 16 ounces. So I've got 16 ounces of cream cheese in here, and then I add sugar, which is half a cup of sugar. And we're going to add a half a cup of sugar. So like I say, I've already added the 2 bars of cream cheese, Philadelphia, and now I'm going to add a half a cup of sugar in there, and what we're going to do is beat that until it becomes creamy and smooth. So I'm going to take my beater and just beat it up till it's creamy and smooth. Okay, I'm still beating this mixture here, the cream cheese and the sugar. It's just about done. Let me turn this mixer down a little bit so you can hear me. But I think it's done right now. So let me get the mixture off the blades. This is always tricky because it can go all over the place if you're not careful. So I got that, and here's the cream cheese and the sugar. And so now we have to add 3 eggs to the mixture, one at a time. And let me add those eggs. I generally crack them on my cutting board. That way I don't get any shells. I just crack it, and it opens right up, and no shells. I'm going to take my second one, crack it. You actually can stick your thumb right in the egg, and it opens right up. It's like a door, just opens right up. And no shells. Okay, so I've added the 3 eggs. And now I have to add some sour cream, and that's a half a cup. Half a cup of sour cream. So here's, I'm using Breakstone sour cream. We need a half a cup of that. I have to open it up. And get my half a cup. See if the half a cup will fit in there. Nope, it won't. We'll use a smaller cup to fill the half a cup. Better put this over the mixture while I'm measuring it out. There you go. Okay, a little bit more will be our half a cup. That's close. So there's a half a cup. Half a cup of sour cream. I wonder where my yellow lab went. He was squeaking his toy earlier and I had to stop the video. He's 2.5 years old and he's still a puppy. But he's a wonderful dog, yellow lab. Okay, now I've added the sour cream. I got to add vanilla, which is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. A teaspoon around here somewhere. There's my teaspoon. I thought I had it out. Okay, so we have to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, pure vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon. Good enough. I like the taste of that. Can't drink too much of it. It's got alcohol in it. Don't want to do that. Okay. Vanilla. Now I need salt, and I need to get my salt. So I have a half a teaspoon of salt that we have to add. Half a teaspoon salt. Okay, now we're going to beat this until smooth, and then we will start combining. Beat this until smooth. Okay, I think I've beaten this enough. It seems to be smooth. So I'll turn it off. Okay. So I've beaten that enough, I think. And there you go. I don't want to dump it out, but it's all nice and smooth. Okay. Put this over here. All right, so now what we have to do is we have to divide this batter in half. So I have to divide this in half, which means have to have another bowl. So I think what I'm going to do is take 2 bowls of the same size. So if I fill each one of these to the same mark, that should be half in each bowl. So we'll try to get it about. Looks like it's half right now, so we'll just keep adding a little bit to each one. A little bit in there. Get all that batter out of there. I like to use everything. That's about half, I think. We're not real fussy about this. We're not real fussy. Okay, that's about right. So now we have half the batter in each one of these. That sure looks like it. Okay, so half the batter. Now we need to stir a half a cup of jam into half of the batter in one of these bowls. So we need a half a cup of jam. This is a strawberry jam that we made. Okay, and I said a half a cup, and of course my half a cup, get another set of cups to get a half a cup. The other one is dirty. Alright, so I got another half a cup. I'm going to add a half a cup I'll make sure I get enough. Half a cup. There's your jam. Woo. Strawberry. That's a half a cup. Add that in there. And we're going to save this for when we serve it. And when we serve it, we'll probably pour this over the finished product before we serve it. So, remaining for jam. Okay, now we have to mix this up. I fold it in. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me check here. I'll check my recipe real quick. So pour strawberry batter into the baking dish. That doesn't seem like a lot of jam to put in there, does it? It calls for a half a cup. Just double check that thing. Stir half a cup of jam into the half of batter. Okay, that's what we did. It is a half a cup right here. Okay, we'll go with it. So this will be the inside of the cheesecake. Get off that. That's not the spoon. I generally use a back end of a plastic fork to clean this off. I like to save every bit that I can. Every bit. We got that. Okay, now it says to pour this into our puff pastry. And here is our finished batter and half a cup of jam, jelly rather, jam. So we're going to pour that in here. This is the main ingredient, of course. We're making cheesecake. I've never made cheesecake before. I kind of like this. Okay, it's kind of a fun recipe. That's enough. So I've got that in there. Now what they say is to put the pour the remaining batter over the strawberry batter. So so we're going to go back to the batter. This is the other half of the batter, and they want us to pour this over the batter I just put in there. So we'll do that. Like that. Just like that. Okay. Put that up there. Now the fun part is we have to take a knife. I use a plastic knife, and they want us to make swirls in here. I guess a swirl is something like that. So we just go like this and kind of swirl. And I guess that sets up a nice pattern in there or something. I don't know. We're just going to do some swirls. Swirls. I guess that's a swirl. Looks like a swirl. Okay. Looks good. All right, now transfer to oven. So the oven is 375 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. And I'm going to put that in the oven for 30, I'll probably start at 35 minutes. I have a hot oven, so I'm going to try 35 minutes for baking this thing. And in it goes. "35 minutes. Okay, 35 minutes, and I'll be checking on that. So why don't we take a break while that's cooking, and let me clean up a little bit, and then we'll talk about the finished product. There's a couple more steps before we're finished. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We're almost done cooking. The oven's just about ready. The timer's just about ready to go off. So we got about 10 seconds left. So I'm just going to go over there and put my my mitts on, and we'll take it out and see what it looks like. Okay, here it is. Strawberry cheesecake. I don't know, you probably can't see the swirls in the cheesecake, but that's what the knife did. It made those pinkish swirls. So this is finished. Okay, then we're going to allow the cheesecake to cool, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for 1 hour for it to set up. And after we take it out of the refrigerator, we will cut it into squares and just evenly cut it so that you get squares out of the cheesecake, and then each square will be a serving. And the way we're going to serve this is we'll take a square and put it on a plate, and then put some of our strawberry jam that we've saved. That'll be the topping, so we'll pour some of that jam over the cheesecake, and that'll be a serving. And more than likely you'll go back for another one. It's that good. Over. And it looks like that's it. I hope you enjoy making the recipe, and I hope you enjoy eating it. To me, it's very, very good. So we'll see you next time.